Hey guys, I'm Tom Meltick. I'm just doing a random chat right quick. Just had a job interview. I think it went fairly well. Phase one, waiting on phase two. For a local textile company. I don't know if I'm allowed to say who yet until whatever comes up, but it's a pretty good position. Uh, Supervisory level. See how that goes. That doesn't work out. I've got some other options. Roofing. Um, Lord will guide me to the right one. He'll provide. Uh, I find myself worrying a lot, despite the fact knowing what the text says about worrying. Just I've got a lot of things on my plate that I'm handling that worry me, and and I don't know what course of action to take other than to pray about it. But sometimes, as men, as humans, we feel like we've got to do more. You got to be proactive, grab a hammer, swing something. You got to, get out there and stand in front of it. Um, Example being, the protest. People feel they need to, we got to protest, which I'm in no way discerning or condemning. I agree that peaceful protests need to happen. I agree that actions, have to be taken. But how do you decide where the line is? What makes you go from being of just faith and of just asking God to handle it to the point we're taking action? Because He also says He needs you to, be of action. So I find myself conflicted in that point. Pray, and you will be given. You need to take action. You need to get up, and I don't know exactly where that's at, or I'd read it so I can have the exact words verbalized. And if I would have not just done this on a whim, I would have looked it up and I would have had it ready. But I don't even know if I'll post this. This is kind of just like me talking to myself because a lot of times when you ask yourself a question, you answer yourself. Once you put it out loud, ding, there it is. The answers are there for you. Drinking my typical Folgers coffee out of my, what is this? This is my Campbell soup cup. I find it keeps the coffee hotter, and you can't, if I, yeah. Anyways, um, it's a shame we don't live as long as we did back in Moses' time. So many things that I want to get done, that I want to accomplish, but the odds of me living to be to in the 600s, they're just not quite there. I'm only 32, and I'm already feeling the impact of age of some of the things that I've gone through, and that I've done. Trying to get back in shape. I'm a member of a gym, but as usual, I haven't gone there yet. I want to go now, but I don't want to get rained on my scooter. Um, Plus, there's a lot of things I'm behind here at the house. I got a mountain of dishes to do. Got a mountain of laundry to do. Pretty much every household chore one can think of. Uh, I've been neglecting. Um, so I got to get these things done here. I got car to take apart. It's a mountain, but that's no different than anybody else. Anybody else out there? You guys all have tons of responsibilities that we do every day, and I feel like I have no reason to feel overburdened or over encumbered or stressed out. But I do. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, I mean, I've got it all together. I know what I'm doing. I can't even get my dogs to freaking eat their food. Like I have to hand feed my one dog because I didn't got him spoiled and give him like three little pebbles at a time, and he'll eat it. And then he'll look at me. I'm like, man, just eat your food, bro. You're a grown man. You've got a beard. Crying out loud. I want to be there for others. Sometimes I get out there and I need help, and I don't ask and I don't want it. And when people offer help, I sometimes refuse it. But at the same time, all I want to do is help folks. And I don't know, how'd that feel? You just ran headfirst into the wall. That could be a lesson in and of itself. Keep your head up. Keep your head up. God, eyes up, because if you look down, Satan might be standing there as a wall to stop you dead in your tracks. That's possible. But I've seen testimonies where Jesus will do it too. If you take your eyes off of him, he'll take the blessings away. You know, he giveth, he taketh away. I guess is what I'm saying. Uh, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna post this. I feel like I'm rambling too much. I might put it on the YouTube. Maybe somebody will watch it and give me some advice. But I don't think I'm gonna put this on my fellowship page on my Facebook. I don't. I don't want to just be rambling on there. Plus, then if you're sitting there watching me just ramble, aren't you? Wouldn't you feel a little creepy? You know, like what is this guy doing? Why am I even watching him? But I feel that way every time I spend 3 hours watching cats jump off of doors into windows and fall down, and I laugh at them. You know, there's some humor to them. Um, some things I want to work on. I guess I'll end it with a little testimonial. I'll do that. Is I want to work on vanity. You know, got gel in my hair. I like how it looks. You know, I dressed up nice for an interview, which is common. You should do that, but you know, you know, I just feel vain a lot. I try to groom my mustache in ways that look better. I want to compare how I look to other stuff, so I'm vain. I want to work on my vanity. Um, Anger definitely something I still work on. I get mad at the world. I get mad at um, policies. I get mad at government. I get frustrated with so many things. Just driving, even back when I did drive a car, just like I used to get so irate over just people not using turn signals. Man, it's just right here. It's this much work to use a turn signal. I have to do more work on my scooter to use a turn signal than you guys do in cars, and I still manage to use my turn signals on my scooter because I got to push this button left, and then to cut it off, I got to push the button back, and it's like I got to change my hand position because it's like down here. Um, just use your turn signals, guys. I feel like Peter Griffith on What Grinds My Gears when he had his little short stunt on the news there for a little while. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do What Grinds My Gears, but I'll try to make it like a biblical part. Grinds my gears about well no that's counterproductive. That's defeating the purpose. Ought to forgive all, to not hate, to not hold on to those emotions. Um, uh, Tobacco, I don't want to give that up, but I've been smoking and or dipping since I was like 15 or 16. Started smoking, then I started dipping to quit smoking. Then I became a dipping smoker because dip was convenient for all the long flights when I was in the army or when I was on post and couldn't smoke. And then smoking was convenient because it's quick. It's like a 5 minute little fix. And I've tried patches. The VA gave me patches, but I just feel like it's just. I don't think it's a nicotine addiction. I think it's just like gotta have an oral fixation. I gotta have a puff, or I gotta have something right here in my gum. Tried sunflower seeds. I ate so many sunflower seeds, my lips cracked and dried up. I could barely talk. Uh, I don't trust the vape pens. I don't know. I don't know what to think about the vaping. I know a couple people that have quit successfully with that, but I don't. I don't really. I don't personally trust it. I think that you heard about those guys who were doing the competitive vaping, and they had the what they call it, the popcorn lung. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't want that. That sounds pretty scary. I think I like that idea. Popcorn lung. Sounds terrible. Um, got any notes here? Anybody looking for work in this area? OP Source in Gaffney. They have us. They also have an office in Spartanburg. They seem fantastic. I've worked in my life. I've worked for everybody from Randstad, HTI, Phillips Staffing. Somebody else I forgot. They used to be Oglesby something or another. That was actually the very first one I ever got. But so far, my experience with OP Source has been pretty great. So I'll give you guys some credit. You're hey, obviously playing too rough. You're howling like that. Maybe you should calm down a little bit, guys. Anybody want to say hi? Anybody want to come up here on the desk? Who wants to come up here? Whoa! You caught a glimpse of one. There they go. See what I mean? Like, they'll do this all day. Like they don't ever run out of energy. I don't understand. Wish I still had that energy. They're like a bunch of 18-year-old boys at a at the old high school stadium showing off for the ladies. Like the energy is just unlimited. Oh man, that's all I got. I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna change clothes and I guess start dishes. Which I think if we did a poll, if we did a survey on Facebook, like what is everyone's least favorite household chore, with the exception of you guys who have dishwashers. You guys don't count. You guys don't get a vote in that because you just put it in there and go and it's done. So you guys can't even vote. But for all of us that are still stuck in the Stone Age doing manual dishes, I'll be willing to bet some money, not a lot. I don't think bet no. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to bet. If that's a crime, I'm just kidding. Metaphorically speaking, only. That would be the least favorite household chore. I would probably rather clean the toilet than do a mountain of backpile dishes when you've procrastinated past like 2 days and it's like a mountain. It's kind of funny I keep saying the word mountain because I feel like that's what I was reading about last night, and this past Sunday service was talking about a church that almost literally moved a mountain because they had to their parking lot didn't meet the requirements of the building, so on and so forth. They had to make more parking. The mountain was in the way. They prayed about it, and next thing you know, a team of construction workers needed dirt, and they were willing to pay the church for the dirt that was the mountain. So the mountain literally got moved. Literally moved a mountain for this church through prayer. Um, and that was one of those things I talk about where sometimes you have to, they could have got out there with hammers and shovels and done some work themselves, and then maybe they would have still been blessed. But these guys had an hour, several hour long prayer session, and that was all. And then the Lord delivered them their their answer with zero amount of physical effort. It was done through faith alone. So that's again where my conflict comes in. Where are my boundaries between letting the Lord handle the things that are worrying me by faith alone, and where do I and on what points do I am I supposed to step up and grab the hammer and do the work? Um, biblically speaking, I've read both sides where they're needed. The warriors, Samson, he's called to get up and do work, and then you've got other times where they're told, uh, have faith. Don't do something. Don't do action. Just have faith. So how do you find that line? What compels you? How do I know the difference? Is the summary of my halfway ramble, random babbling, and what got me wanting to even talk to myself with my little screen here, my little light, and nobody watching because I'm just recording this at a rant. I just got home and just kind of I guess it's because I'm sitting here thinking about what I need to be doing. The yard work, this, but then I got the phone calls to make for legal stuff, and I got inquiries to do, and I've got research to do. So where again, I don't know where to start, and that's what I'm trying to convince myself to solve. I used to be huge on doing lists. I would make lists on which lists to make and prioritize my list, and then compile those lists through Excel spreadsheets, and then I'd merge those into an Access database to where I could highlight stuff, and it would auto populate. And man, I mean, I was jam up, and I don't even remember how to do that anymore. Like I've lost that knowledge. I feel like, or are you finally getting tired? Yeah, lay down. Just relax for a little while. You've done a lot of work today. Just take it easy for a few minutes. You've earned it. Good job. All right, guys. Anybody that wants to comment, I am going to post this on my YouTube channel. Mainly because I do want to post it for guidance, but I don't want to broadcast it. And I don't think I have that many people that like follow YouTube on me yet. I think I have two, and I think I'm one of them. So there might be one. I haven't checked it. Um, And besides, let's face it, the average American attention span is like 3 minutes. So anything longer than a 3 minute video, most people just hit skip anyways, especially if an ad pops up. And I'm not sure if you're watching my video on YouTube, I'm not sure if they're still going to put ads in there if I'm not like a paid YouTuber. I don't know anything about that. I tried to watch a YouTube video last night about YouTubing, and and they get paid based on ads and links. And, this one guy had like 1 million views, and over the course of 6 years, it paid him like $1,400. So still not a whole lot of money there. I don't guess. I'm not trying to do that for money. I'm just saying, like, how do they even accomplish that task when most people barely want to watch a 3 minute video? Um, but I was surprised the other night when I did my I think the video I did last night when I was reading from John. I think that was about 47 minutes, and I actually had a pretty a larger number of viewers than I could have possibly expected. Like, it broke 100, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have like maybe 5 people watching me. Um, so that was that motivated me. It's kind of like an answer that there are people out there who just want to hear someone talk about it, because I know when I was growing up, it was almost taboo. Like there was I had this rule, and this is like so bad, so backwards from what it should be, but and it may explain why there's so many problems in the world today. But anytime I was at work, there was three things that I would never talk about at work. And this is going to be a little adult, but it was my religious views, political views, and my personal sex life were things that I wouldn't talk about at a job, because you don't want to talk about you don't want to form enemies, you don't want to have arguments, because you're gonna have I just felt like it caused too much conflict in a workplace. So those are things that I never talked about to anybody. Um, so and that is back when I was married and before, so wasn't just that, but I mean obviously I wasn't too, so there was a lot of sinning going on back then. Um, I'm celibate right now. Like, not really. It didn't start out by choice, but it is now. Like, I just don't have any time for that type of interaction. There's too many other things I'm trying to get done and that I want to learn. And one day when the Lord decides that it's that time again for me to have companionship, he'll send it to me. That's the one part I know I'm not gonna have to go do any looking for. When it's time for that, they'll come. Um, See, now I done got off topic again. I was gonna stop at 14 minutes, and here I am at 17 and a half. Um, I did say this. I'm gonna end all my comments. I don't know if my daughter, can see these. Um, my ex-wife goes out of her way to not talk about me. I try to do the same. I'm not mad at her for any of her decisions. When I did fall off the wagon and I got to some of the worst points in my life, when I was on drugs, admittedly, and when I was doing a lot of wrongdoings, her job was to protect our daughter, even from the father. And at the time, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong. But the fact is, it could have gotten worse. I could have been forgetful. I don't know. I don't blame her for anything. But as of right now, I don't see my daughter. Turns 11 this year, next month actually. Less than a month away now. She'll turn 11. And I know eventually, so she can Google, and that was a big part of the problem, was she would look me up online and see mugshots, and that's not something my daughter should have to see. But kids, I think, are supposed to also learn good things from their parents and the bad. And I do personally feel like if you shelter your kids from the bad things that you do, or the bad things of the world, they're gonna grow up skewed, and may possibly end up making some same mistakes. I know that's half of why some of guys, I'm talking to myself here. I knew my father had issues, but he kept them hidden from me, and I didn't learn about them until I was an adult. And as an adult, I was more curious, and then I ventured out and did more experimentation. And I don't know. I don't have any answers there. All I can say is that I think about my daughter every day. Um, I know she's doing great. Her mother's amazing. She's smart. She's pretty much been in school nonstop since the day she was born. She craves education. She ended up enlisting in the military. She's achieved a rank higher than I did in my 10 years already, and doing very well in her career there. Still going to school as far as I know. Um, far as tactics and TTPs, I know she's got more than enough skills, both hand-to-hand combat and in weapons, to protect and defend my daughter if some crazy things did happen in the world, rioting as it's coming up. So I know my daughter's in good hands. I know she's surrounded by good people. Um, I do have a couple of mutual friends that get to talk to her, and I get to hear that I get to hear good things she's doing, um, and I'm proud of her. I'm proud that she embraces the Melzik weirdness still. Um, that's all I got, guys. That's all I got. Um, God bless you guys. Stay faithful. Don't be afraid to talk about stuff. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Um, just keep faith and pray. All right, bye.